Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's been a while, but let's just roll into this. I feel like we know how to do this by now. Welcome, guys. My name is Neighborhood Nice, also known as Nice, aka the Gallum Sugar, aka the Gallum Fructose, the Gallum Saluctose, the Gallum all of that, whatever the Gallum needs.
Diabetes give off.
Bullet. Oh man! Shout out! Appreciate it. And of course, you know me. I got my two partners in crime. I got my boy ATL.
You know me. I'm wearing my
welcome.
The theme of the month. You feel me? hey.
And of course, you know me. The boy always brilliant. AB. Come on.
Can I get a drum roll,
and
please?
We are.
Oh. Yeah, you really can't give niggas a soundboard, fam.
No cap.
I didn't even get our name. Can I get our name out, please? I didn't even give our name out.
Go ahead.
And we are switching gears. Dum. Anyway.
Yo, this is gonna be.
This is gonna be so problematic, yo. This AB guy's a menace.
So as you guys see, we have a different. We sound probably slightly different. Audio's a little different. Video. We have video. I hope you're watching this.
We do. You get to see us.
Yeah, you get to see us now. Nice. Why do we have video, fam?
Listen, man. A lot of things happened.
Life.
First of all, we were gone. We've been gone for a month, so we
Life
apologize.
hit us hard, man.
Like I said. Life hit us hard, but both of my bros accomplished something in that time. So shout out to them. They both did something. Really proud of them. They finished their program.
Alhamdulillah.
Happy for them. You know what I mean? So I'm proud of you guys. Big up to you guys. And we promise we are done with the breaks for the foreseeable future. The gears is in motion. You feel me? Like boys in motion, but we're not an R&B group.
What's that? Boys in motion.
Yeah, we're in there. We're in there. We're in there.
Stronger age, though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
But that
if you say that now, they're gonna call you a boomer. I guess that's the new saying the kids say.
I could care less. Listen,
who cares, bro?
I look younger than most of the people who listen.
You know, it shows your age more. Saying the words. That's what the kids say.
Yeah,
I ain't never said that
you're
before.
Just asking.
You old ass nigga.
You're just asking for problems.
Oh, you got me.
You on TikTok? But nah, I'm on TikTok. I was nigga old.
Yo, how's Ramadan going for the mandem?
It's levels, man. It's good. You know
what does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm having a great time, man. Ramadan is always a vibe for me. Like I can't remember the last time Ramadan was like, come see, come saw. No, it's just booming. Every year, booming.
You lose no weight?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't gained a pound. I've actually lost a bit. That's just.
I heard that was your Ramadan goal, low key.
That was one of my Ramadan goals, but to be fair, since this whole pandemic started, I haven't gained weight anyway. I've lost weight since the pandemic started.
Wow.
We talked about this before.
No.
I think
it's just shocking to me every time you say that.
It's actually, I actually noticed though. Congratulations, nice though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, mashallah.
You're doing great.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm starting to grow a mustache. It's a lot of things going on right now. There's a lot of things going on right now. My big age is ask AB. I'm starting to grow a mustache. I looked in the car the other day.
He has
if you come watch the video, you'll see it.
These little whiskers. You gotta come close to the camera, let people see. But he has like these little whiskers. Lost a lot of weight.
Some chin hair, ooh, and my hair grew back crazy. I mean, you guys can't see it, but the alopecia gonzo.
Yeah. That's you can't say alopecia. You can't say alopecia anymore, broski.
That's a sensitive topic.
Hey man, I think I battled that.
Gonna give me a ring us
2018 until 2021. I think all my hair grew back 2021. But for me, it wasn't all over the place. Hey man, that's why I felt it.
But you and I have known each other for years. How did the fact that you had this? We never talked about it before.
I swear I did. I grew my hair out for a reason. I had it right here in the front of my where my hairline starts, and I got a picture. I'm gonna show you guys right now. I don't mean to scare
Man's
people.
Like me or alopecia.
Please don't. Please don't.
Edit it in, fam. Man's like me or alopecia.
Man said we are alopecia. So
you're good, fam. You're good, fam.
That's crazy.
You know what's crazy? I think about how long I've been bald. I've been bald for more than a third of my life. Does that make sense?
Since you were 19, 20?
Since I was 17, broski.
Bro, I was walking around with you like
Broski,
this.
I knew you were in 17. You still had hair.
Yeah. I lost my hair 6 months after. That's dirty. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I was walking around. I was walking around like this.
Yuck.
Trust me, man.
Masha.
I'd have to get these very specific
but
haircuts.
No ATL, man. Listen, how do
cover the thing there? But hey, hair's lush
You're
now.
getting a Kobe 0.5 a lie?
No, I wouldn't do that. I would,
Mashallah, the hair's lush now.
I'll grow my curls out and then
this guy's walking around. This guy, you know what hair he has? He has the little spaghettini going on, you know? The little spaghettini, the little angel hair. That's what he has going on, this guy.
Listen,
Look Filipino, a lie?
Don't hate on my hair, fam.
This guy's got the al-falah.
Nice walk on. You're trying to say something.
Don't be mad at the curls, fam. I'm not gonna lie to you. But anyways, for me, back to the question that you guys asked.
You tried to bash my hair. No. Time out. You tried to bash my hair, and you really disrespected my hair. You knowing damn well the texture and the thickness is crazy.
Mashallah.
You're disrespectful.
Yeah, me too.
If I take it out right now, it's gonna get political in here. Let me not though. I'm gonna wear a hat every time we record.
Niggas are not ready for my nigga ATL to pull out the wave checks, though. They're not ready for that. Not already. But back to
ATL's gonna pull out a scalp check. But go ahead though.
This Ramadan, obviously, for me, it's like it's the first Ramadan in basically 2 years where we have the ability to partake in the communal aspect of Ramadan that's been missing for quite some time. Just the ability to go pray Tarawih. I haven't prayed Tarawih in about 2 years, so it's like I've been at home praying
because of COVID.
Yeah, of course, because of COVID.
Because of COVID, yeah.
Just in general, it's like it's such a breath of fresh air, like being able to go to Tarawih and then just getting that sense of relief walking out the masjid and seeing your brothers and, you know, hearing the lectures that you can partake in Ba'd al-Tarawih and stuff like that. And then just going to Timmy's after Tarawih, man. Just going to Timmy's, going to whatever Easter, having that mango shake after Tarawih. Holy.
Yo, mango shake. Holy, fam. That post Tarawih mango shake.
Staple of the community.
I'm so happy because I went into
mango shake after Tarawih.
I feel like I'm breaking the next day's fast, man. That's how much it slaps.
Man, it's so good. But for me, it's like I went into this Ramadan, I'm not gonna lie, with like so many goals and so much stuff on my mind, and like, you know, I had a really long year or whatever, you know. So it's like I went into it just wanting to feel like that sense of relief that, you know, we get. It's crazy because going into Ramadan, it's like we have this relief when, like, just let me make it, because first of all, you have to think about it, like how many people never got to make it in that calendar year that, you know, that we love or we care about. And it's like, it's alhamdulillah just to make it, to be able to take advantage of this wonderful month. But it's like we also have these things, like you come into sometimes with a heavy heart, a lot on your mind, and it's like you just hope like during that month getting closer to Allah that things become easier and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, I'm happy. I'm enjoying this Ramadan.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
What about you?
Wow, what you said about the... Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback. I hate Zoom meetings, fam, all day. I'm gonna piggyback off of your last point. What you said about a heavy heart and it coming. Sometimes when you have a heavy heart, for me, it feels like, and everybody, like a lot of people say this, but I don't think I've had a Ramadan come when I needed it more. If that makes sense, you know what I mean? Like maybe I've taken other Ramadan for granted, which is wrong, but that's the truth. But this Ramadan was like, I was just hoping to make it there, and then I got here, and it's like, I just needed like my soul to be like, you know, you just like put it in the water and just squeeze it out.
It was a reboot for your soul.
I needed a reboot. So I needed it. It felt like you said, the last 2 years, a lot of people didn't go to Tarawih. A lot of people didn't have the privilege of being go out. So I feel like for a lot of people, the theme of this Ramadan is like a renewal or like a rebirth or like a restart or whatever. So for me, I needed it. For me, I'm a perfectionist, and I'm indecisive when it comes to like really big decisions. So sometimes you have to make a choice, pray to God and say Allahu Alam, you know, and just do whatever you need to do. So this Ramadan was easier for me I made a lot of decisions. I kind of like left it off to Ramadan, and I just leave it in God's hands, and inshallah everything will be okay. So Ramadan came at a good time, I needed it.
100%.
As for my goals, I mean, I shot for the moon still. I didn't accomplish all my goals. You know, pretty much done, but I did more than I've always done. Like I feel like I just want to be better than the last Ramadan, and that's what I've done. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. What was that saying? Shoot for the moon, land on the clouds. You're still a hell of a lot higher than you were before. So you gotta look at it, I guess.
Yeah, that's the energy. That was the energy. And I knew that was gonna be the case when I was writing it down because it was unrealistic. But I'm like, I'd rather try to accomplish all this rather than minimize myself, put myself in a box. What are you saying, Nice? What about you, fam?
You know me, man. I'm just everything's level, man. Everything's blessed.
Everything's level. Give me a real answer.
I mean, no. I mean, listen, guys. I can't. This is the problem when you go last. Everybody takes your answers.
You're right.
You know,
so would you like to piggyback off what me and him
all
said?
I'm gonna say is obviously. No, I don't piggyback because that hurts people. If I do that, people are gonna get. Yeah, it's gonna hurt if I do that.
But my God.
I will say I will take the baton from you and continue to run in the direction that you're running. You know, just to, you know, that's our jump off point, right? That's our. It's like a relay race. So I'll take that from you.
Okay.
Keep running. So, no, I think, like you said, we're very fortunate, obviously, to be here when a lot of people are not. That's a given. And ATL made a very, you know, poignant point because there's never been a time where I didn't need it. Even times where life was going good for me going into Ramadan, there was no time where I was like, you know, and I hope I never get to that point. I hope I never get to a point where Ramadan comes and I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm fine. You know, I'm okay.
No, that's what I was doing before.
I mean, I'm glad you opened your eyes, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not that I was like, whatever. It was just more so like the spirit of it wasn't as strong as it is now. If that makes sense.
And that's what I mean, right? So
we know now.
You're right. That self-awareness, I've had it for a while too. Yeah. I'm aware of what's happening. I see what's happening around me. But no, I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful to be here. I obviously, you know, whenever I pray and I put my foot to the ground, I'd be like, hey, man, I am eternally grateful because not everybody gets to make it here every single year. And of course, you know, I keep in mind those that we've lost. And of course, you know, I keep them in the back of my brain. I remember them when I pray and all of that. So, like I said, we're nearing towards the finish line now. And to all of our listeners, I hope you guys understand, like, it's never too late for you to turn it around. I think you guys know that already. I don't think you need us to tell you that, but in case you need a reminder, here's your reminder. It's never too late for you to come back from what's happening. And it's never too late for you to, you know, redeem yourself. Not just in, you know, the eyes of your creator, but in your own eyes. You know, if you can't redeem yourself in this time, I don't think you're going to find a better time to do it. So do it. But yeah, man, it's levels. It's beautiful.
Let me
ask
you a question. Let me bring up the mood a little bit.
Talk to me.
I know Nice. What you guys might not know about Nice is he is a very creative. You know, he's not a normal fat guy. He's a creative fat guy.
I am a creative.
Me, I'm a normal
fat guy.
Me, I go to places. I just want to eat the most food. Wallahi, if you've been to a restaurant with me, you'll know that I literally ask, what is the most filling thing on the menu?
I've seen you do it.
You've seen me do it. So I go there for quantity. Obviously, I want something delicious, but I'm not super creative about it. Maybe I'll switch in something with something else, but there's nothing crazy. Nice will create a secret menu for himself.
Yeah, Nice is creative in a very disturbing manner.
Let's put this.
So the point I'm making is, for this Ramadan, what have you, like, I know you're a creative guy. I want to pick your brain. What have you eaten?
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna debunk this thing right now because there's this running theory or this running sort of mantra that Nice is disgusting. So let me.
I didn't say disgusting. I said creative.
Let me put this to bed.
You're my man. So I'll be honest. I'll keep it real.
No.
You might not be disgusting per se, but you do things sometimes that may disgust me.
Look at the way he paused, bro.
Like, have I seen you do something very disgusting? Like, yeah.
Oh, look.
Yeah, I have. Like, for me, like, almost, I think right before Ramadan, I don't know if you're gonna talk about this, but catch me if you can. So for me,
we're gonna talk about the sandwich thing. Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah, we went to a restaurant, and my brother.
We're gonna do the sandwich thing, aren't we? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he ordered a roast beef sandwich, and like he denies it. It was roast beef in my eyes. There's roast beef in the sandwich. It was a long sub with roast beef, and he got it with a side of mashed potatoes and gravy. Sandwich was des. It looked terrible.
I did.
Okay. Des.
And to spice it up, he took a spoon and said, "Yo, the sandwich doesn't look too good." After like a small nibble, He took mashed potato and smeared it on like it was a jam sandwich. Kid you not. He looked like he was having a blast. Still, something was off about the sandwich. I feel like after he took 2 bites, he said, "It's just not cutting it." So me and a couple of the brothers that we were together with, shouts out to my homie Iri, shouts out to Booby Gibson. We went. We ordered some pizza. We had some pizza.
Shout out to Billy D.
Shout out to Billy D. So he ordered some pizza. We ordered some pizza, whatever. And Nice just said, "Yo, you mind if I take a slice?" I'm like, "All right, typical fat guy. You know, he wants to try everything at the table. Let him take a slice." He took a slice of pizza. I'm thinking
Listen,
he's gonna eat like a
it ain't
regular
no
person.
fun if the homies can't get none.
Facts.
Yeah, no cap. He took the pizza and decided to put it in the sandwich. The sandwich, the roast beef. He put a pizza in a roast beef sandwich on top of the mashed potatoes he already smeared on top.
Okay.
And ate it.
But yo, take this in though.
Mm-hmm.
The pizza was not salvageable, right? I mean, the sandwich was not salvageable, right? It was dirty.
It was not. It was not salvageable.
So all he was trying to do was be creative. He wasn't trying to waste food.
You see, at the pizza would have been cool. Dunking it into the gravy.
But at the end, if I came at the end,
I
I seen that. Oh.
But altogether, that concoction made one delicious sandwich.
That's
And
the
this
type
is
of
the
nigga
whole
that
thing with
munching
me.
be like, it's all going to the same place anyways. Just.
I mean, listen.
And he's gonna wonder why he's sick.
Ask AB. Everybody knows what my stomach lining is made of. I don't have to say it, but everybody
This is
knows.
why y'all allowed
Everybody
your
knows
holiday,
me
fam.
knows.
Quote unquote vibranium.
It's literally lined with vibranium. My entire inner is lined with vibranium.
Shout out to you.
Because there's no concoction put on this earth that me and mine can't handle. Alhamdulillah.
No, shout out to you.
Alhamdulillah.
Me, I had condensed milk last week and I had bubble guts for 3 days.
But see, that's what I mean. You were cut from like a more da'if cloth, like a more like a.
So condensed milk. So you can't enjoy the meal of choice that's been sweeping my nation off its feet, the biscoff milk cake.
Can we talk about this for a second? Can we talk about how Lotus Biscoff is killing our community? Like it is. It's like how Red Velvet took over a few years ago. It is killing our community. It's poisoning our kids. It's flooding our communities. It's like liquid snow. It makes no sense.
Liquid snow. I like that.
When did this become a thing? Because like I'll be honest, like I don't want to be that guy. Like up until like
it
last
just happened.
Yeah, I didn't know what the hell Biscoff was. You want to know something funny? Actually, I spent like about 2.5 years working for American Airlines. You know the Biscoff cookies? Like I would put them in every seat.
On the way here. Okay. Let me. I'm glad you said that. Wallah.
Yeah. So
I have never had anything Biscoff.
Ever, right?
Ever until I came here on an American Airlines flight. I flew in a few weeks ago, and the lady came and said, "Can I offer you a Biscoff cookie?" And knowing the Twitter trending topic, I was like, "Yeah, give me 2 of them." Mm-hmm. After I took that first bite, everything made sense. Wallah. I was like,
is the cookie that good?
Yeah, it slaps though. And that's just a cookie.
I'm not gonna lie.
By itself, yeah.
When I had the cookie itself, when I used to work there,
it
wasn't all that great. Like it would be like maybe because of the shift I was working or whatever. Because I used to work the overnight shift. Yeah, so I used to put those cookies in, and we're allowed to take a bunch for free, right? So,
well, that's hard.
A thing to me. So it wasn't until way later, until my broski Rex, shouts out to Rex Ice Cream. He made the Biscoff, like the prototype, the caramel Biscoff cookie, whatever.
The Lotus Biscoff,
ice cream, the Lotus Biscoff, whatever ice cream. My nigga.
The caramel Lotus, yeah.
My nigga.
Still my favorite flavor of that, by the way.
It's my favorite ice cream. You slipping, brother.
But speaking of which, everybody who's in the circle knows, but we're working on a Switching Gears collab with that. You know, we're gonna get a Switching Gears flavor named after us. So that's
gear flavored ice cream.
Keep your eyes.
Actually, I think you should have your own. And the gears should have a regular flavor.
Listen. I already talked to my boy Rex. He's thinking about doing ice cream sandwiches, so that's where I'm involved. And once those come out,
shaped like a gear,
it's gonna have the nice branding on it. I mean, it's a wagon wheel, but you get what I mean. It's gonna be dope. I can't wait.
Yo,
but
someone told me. Have you ever been to Somalia? Well, nice you've been to Somalia.
Nice.
Someone told me that we were having a discussion in a group chat, and when somebody was like, "Yo, Somalis are ahead of the curve on everything," and I'm like, "What do you mean?" And they were saying in Somalia, everywhere there's biscoff everywhere. Like they've been on this. So we're just trendsetters, fam.
Where the hell did it come
we're a
from?
lot of things. I wouldn't call us trendsetters.
I don't know, fam.
I mean, you have to realize Somalis, we've always been sort of like dessert people, which is weird. Like, when have we not been plugged in with desserts? When has that not been our thing?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, Oh, there's an ice cream truck outside. That's how you know.
Like, yo, what is that?
That's how you know.
We can't hear it.
That's a sign, fam.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah, have you guys had the biscoff cake?
It's almost time, so
Yeah.
let's hurry this up,
Amazing.
guys. It's almost time.
Who made it?
My sister.
What's all the time? How many days has she made it for?
Yo, madam, can we hear this up?
I've
There's an ice
had
cream
it.
truck outside. Can we hear this up?
Yo, don't do that, fam.
I've had it about, I'll say, 6 times this Ramadan.
6 times?
5, 6 times, yeah.
I haven't had
Is
it
this
once.
the same? Is this the same sister who plays 2K when you're not on the sticks?
No. She doesn't play video games. This is my, what the hell are you talking about?
No, which one is the one that whenever you leave the controller, picks up the controller and automatically does better? Which one is that one?
It's not a
Is that the
sister,
one that
that's
makes the
my-
Lotus
that's
biscoff
my-
as well?
That's my brother.
Nah, anybody in his house, pretty much.
No, he's lying, fam. He has multiple sisters, mashallah, shout out to all of them.
Nah.
Yeah,
But I guarantee you the one that makes the Lotus is the one that plays 2K, I guarantee it. But we're going to
She
find
doesn't
out.
actually. She's the
Another time.
girliest girl out of all my sisters. She doesn't do that, fam. But anyways, enough about my
crazy.
siblings.
Love him, though.
You had it
love
6 times.
shout out to my little
Nice. Have you had it?
Shout out to my little bro, Leaves.
No, 'cause she makes it. She's like trying to perfect her recipe. So I guess she was testing it out. Where are the guinea pigs?
How does she feel when she sees the tweets?
I don't think she cares.
Probably an assault to her honor.
She's just making a lie.
That's
crazy.
she makes
Yo,
it, it's
this
gone.
biscoff-
She makes it, it's gone.
I heard just biscoff flavored everything now. Is it biscoff Kit Kat, biscoff milkshakes?
Biscoff Kit Kat?
Yeah. I don't know. It sounds kind of hard still.
That sounds kind of hard.
You know what it
Sounds
is?
hard.
You know what it is, fam? I don't think anybody has a problem with biscoff. I just feel like niggas can't enjoy anything, fam. I think that's our problem.
Why? What do you mean by that?
Like I feel like white people have been eating tuna casserole for about 100-something years and nobody complaining about it. But the minute we
First of
find something
all,
that we
time
enjoy,
out.
we're the first ones to take it and dash
I
it
know
or
what you
bash it.
mean.
Yeah,
I know
like,
yo,
just
niggas,
enjoy the-
niggas are contrarians, fam.
Can
Just
I
enjoy
dead
your
this
biscoff
argument right now?
milkshake,
First of
Alright,
all,
enjoy your
go ahead,
biscoff
nice.
ice cream, enjoy your biscoff cakes. You know what I mean?
let me dead this argument right now. Number one, there is no way you compared Lotus Biscoff to tuna casserole. There's no way you did that.
It kind of kind
Number
of that people
two.
tuna casserole.
Fam, white
First
people
of
have-
all,
tuna
do
casserole
you
has
guys
white
even know what a
households in a
casserole is?
chokehold.
Do you guys even know what a casserole is?
I don't
Nah.
want to know what a casserole is.
I don't want to know either. Wallah.
It's literally just a
I think it was
lasagna
Malcolm
that's
in the middle.
loose. It's a lasagna without form.
Yeah, I think I remember it from
It's lasagna without
actually,
form. No
this
cap.
This would have been a terrible joke, but
That's exactly how you make a plate of food. That's why you knew what it was.
But that being said, what we're not gonna do is sit here and act like, again, Somalis. I don't know if it's a Somali thing or generally. I think after a certain point, when something gets too hype, we like to tear things down. It's what we do. This
But
is
no,
no, I
what we
just
do.
think it's
people.
us. I think it's just us.
It's
And I think it's mainly
it's a
us black
repeat
people.
of the red velvet thing. It's a repeat of the red velvet thing. I don't want to hear it. It's a repeat
Fam,
of the red velvet
We're
thing.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't have any complaints about the Biscoff thing. Yes, is it sweeping my people off his feet? Yes, we can all agree.
Yeah.
However, you don't see a single white kid named Jim walking into his house saying "tuna casserole again." They don't. No, nobody says that. You just eat your food and keep moving. Just enjoy the
You're
Biscoff
basically
fam, while
saying
it's
like,
here.
yo, people can't. You're mad at the people hating on
He
biscoff.
whirlikers.
Yeah, like I don't understand.
Whirlikers, mom. You made another tuna casserole. Dynamite.
Like I don't understand. Like who decided to take a bite of a milk cake and decide why are we eating so much Biscoff? If you don't want to eat it, bro, don't order it. Just keep moving. Like allow it. It's-
No, you know what? You know I knew
This
society
guy's
was mashed up
defending
when
it.
they
This guy's
said.
defending his sister. You're taking it in. That's really what this is.
No, I respect it. He's defending his
100%.
sister's honor. I respect it.
Yeah, that cake, fam. That
No,
cake
I knew
slaps,
this-
fam.
I
Biscoff
knew the
milkshake
society
too.
was mashed up.
Just a Biscoff milkshake.
I knew the
is so-
society
it's
was
amazing.
mashed up when it decided that men couldn't eat desserts at restaurants. That's how I knew society was mashed
Yo,
up.
you know who had his
That's how I
heart broken
know.
that day?
Who?
Our lovely friend Barento Bedasso.
First of all, Brento could do whatever he wants. That guy's the epitome of pretty privilege. He could do whatever he wants
Yeah,
to do.
that guy, he could be doing
rules-
anything in this world. If you call him and say, "Let's go to
rules-
dessert," He'll stop
The
what he's
rules
doing.
don't apply to him. The rules don't apply to him.
He'll
The
come.
guy will book off work early to go to dessert.
Barento, the rules don't apply to him.
He's a real one.
I lie.
If
I
I,
love dessert
if
too,
I
I'm not
could
gonna
get
lie.
away with the things Barento does, oh my lord.
Yeah, I don't know a lie.
No, I mean, don't get me
dessert,
wrong.
yeah.
Hear me out. I'm not really a sweets person. You guys know this. I'm not really a sweets person. But if I did want to enjoy dessert and somebody looked at me sideways about it, from Allah Hassan, you're gonna tell me I can't enjoy something like ma'an? I can't enjoy it? There's shame in enjoying like a sweet? Like there's problems with that now? Yo, I'm telling you, man. People,
I don't know who
it's
your
all
I don't
Twitter
know who
discourse.
your
Obviously,
circle
it's all
is.
social media discourse.
I
But
don't know who your circle is.
Nah, it's just
But
Twitter.
I love dessert. Yeah, I don't.
it's just social media discourse. It's just social media discourse.
Fam, you just scroll, fam. Niggas, people gonna talk about we can't have dessert now. Please, call me whatever you want. I'm gonna have my dessert.
Next.
You know, you guys talk about how social media stuff affects our lives, like the small, dumb, trending topics. I remember when a girl tweeted, I seen a guy get out of his car on a date and his ass crack show, and it gave me the biggest ick. Since
Yeah, and she was
that
done with
day,
it forever.
I kid you not, I get up with 2 hands on my body crease. I'm like, she's not gonna see this, fam. Yeah. Me, I'm
Yo,
holding
that's
I'm
funny.
holding the body crease. No one can see that, fam.
She
I'm
got the
so
ick 'cause she seen it
paranoid,
all.
Insecurity added immediately. I was
are
like,
you-
yo, I let it breathe sometimes.
First of all,
You
let
gotta-
me
you gotta
tell
tuck-
you
you gotta
something
tuck- you
right
gotta tuck
now.
your wife
As
beater in
a
your
fat
pants, fam.
individual,
Facts.
as the fattest actually I'm not even the fattest.
You're the second
individual on the
fattest.
podcast, but as a fat individual,
Okay.
I take pride in people not seeing, where the Lord splits me. I take pride in that.
Where the Lord splits me?
I take pride in that. I take pride in that. Ask AB, yo, fam. I guard that like my life depends on it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
nobody,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let anybody. There's certain guys that I've been rolling with my entire life. Certain guys that he knows that you know. Certain guys that I've been rolling my whole life. I've seen their ass bare times. Not even like on just one of those. They get out
pretty
of the
crazy.
car, nothing but hang time.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not. It's one of those. It's okay. It happens. Yo, fam.
It happens.
Man, it happens. You know what I mean? No big deal.
What?
The problem gets to being after a certain point when you see it more and more and you normalize it. Let's not normalize these things, please. Wear underwear that's long enough to cover it. Wear shirts that are long enough to cover it. Take
Well,
steps.
yeah.
I wear overalls. Take steps to
Broski,
prevent these
man's
things
like
from
me.
happening to
Man's
you.
like me. The reason why I'm so paranoid about it is because of the trauma, fam. It's rather the girl tweeted it. This guy's crying. The girl tweeted it and added insecurity. And before that, first 20 years of my life, every time someone saw where the Lord splits me, someone see my ass crack, the reaction was so embarrassing, fam. Niggas would be like, yo, why is your ass so high? Niggas are moving like my ass crack is below my shoulder blades, fam.
Yeah, that's actually really funny.
Yo, fam. Yo, you know how the only time you notice it is when I wrap my ma'awis, bro? It's like, yo, why you put it below your nipples, broski?
Why you rapping so high? Why you rapping so high?
I'll lie.
Oh, I get
so
exactly
Alex,
what
yo,
I'm talking about. I know those ones.
I'm wearing a ma'rus right now. No cap. It's right here. I'm wearing a ma'rus right now. It's right here, broski.
Yeah,
it's right
fam.
here. Wrapped up to here.
Yeah.
If I cough, I'm gonna
make
break
sure,
a rib
fam.
if I cough.
I don't know how you guys mastered the art of
No,
ma'us.
but let me just say this.
If I
Let me
sleep
just
in a
say-
ma'us, I wake up
Man's
as
wearing it
well.
right here, fam. Like it's a towel. You wake up,
You
it's
should see
gone.
you should see. No, you should see what I come out of the shower. I have it wrapped up to here. My mom looks at me like this,
So color dots.
just cheesed. I have a towel wrapped around my head. My wrist pulled up to here. My mom's cheesed.
Yo, fam. Yeah. So
But no, let me ask you as a question, man.
what's up?
I know we're having a lot of fun today, and I'm glad.
Okay.
It's funny though. I thought about this earlier. Like here we are talking about social media, things that we see on there, and obviously social media, when used in the right context, can be a beautiful place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like especially, I don't know about you guys. I've noticed like obviously over the month or so, I see a lot of good posts. I see people talking about how they got good jobs and make their offer me for this and that, whatever. And obviously, I'm not no hating ass nigga. I'll do it. You know what I mean? I guess my favorite thing though, personally, is when I see those forgiveness messages. And let me tell you right now, off the record. Well, I'm on the record because it's being recorded, but off the record. Right now, what I'm gonna say, I'm for the mix up. So listen to what I'm telling you guys.
Wow.
I'm telling you live right now. I'm for the
Okay,
mix
live.
up. I'm for the book. I'm for the noise.
Switching
Live.
gears exclusive.
The noise.
What is it?
Now, let me tell you something. I haven't gotten one of those messages in like the last couple of years where, one of those like, hey, yo, it's Ramadan, forgive for the sake of Allah. And, the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said. And I haven't gotten one of those in the last couple of years, right?
Okay.
Now, let me tell you something right now, just between us.
Okay.
Bunham.
Wait.
Anybody who
mean?
messages
I don't
you
get
that,
it.
Bunham. Because I want you guys to really
this guy's a
deep
petty youth.
No, just hear me out. Just hear me. Just hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
This is me playing devil's advocate.
Okay. Just
If
say just say it from
somebody
your own chest.
Okay.
All day
If
devil's
somebody
advocate.
no. If somebody waited until the greatest month in our Islamic year,
Mm-hmm.
if they waited until that time to make amends with me,
Okay.
that person's a op. You don't trust them. No.
I don't agree.
Nah.
No.
Because for me, it's like this.
No.
Do you
The
mean that,
two
or are you
times-
just being funny?
Well, I did say I'm kind of for the mix-up, so it's not fully there, but it's kind of there.
But if we're gonna be real,
What about you? What do you
Go ahead, AB.
it's all contingent on obviously context, whatever, and how much. Like, if you were betrayed, or like the reason you and that person, the reason the person's apologizing to you is a big deal. I feel like sometimes it's like so hard to find the right time to apologize. So usually what I tend to notice is, especially in my life, I don't know about you guys, but I usually get apologies on my birthday or the days leading up to Ramadan, which is kind of random. You know what I'm trying to say?
I don't know why the birthday won't make me laugh.
No, it's like random. Like hey, happy birthday. Hope everything's all right. I know things haven't. It's like all of a sudden I'm like, what? Like on my birthday? But then again,
you get happy birthday messages? I haven't got one of those in years. That's cute.
I didn't.
This guy.
I don't really. I feel like the older we get,
That's cute.
it doesn't really matter anyways. I don't get them anymore. But
So how do you feel about those messages when you get them?
me,
Mhm.
are you talking about just the concept of forgiveness, or just like those messages in general?
I guess he's talking about the Ramadan ones first, but I guess like, how do you feel about?
But I am encapsulating forgiveness though, because I think forgiveness in and of itself is a bigger thing, right? Like forgiveness doesn't begin and end with Ramadan. That's the main point that I'm trying to get to today. It doesn't begin and end with this month.
The same way this month might be give people the inspiration to be more religious. It might give them inspiration in the reason to go forgive.
No, and I'm not ignorant to that fact. Obviously,
So it's like
I'm
sometimes
just
you
saying.
need that inspiration to go forgive someone.
I mean,
Yeah,
I get it. It's
you
just
might.
I don't
It's
know,
true.
man. Maybe it's just me. Like I don't know. I just there's something about it. And ATL again, I know you're gonna get on me about the Seder, but there's something about it that doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
When I hear stuff like that, I'm like, yo, you waited until now to make amends with me. There's just something about it doesn't sit fully right with me, but I understand where you're coming from.
Broski, the devil's locked up. They're fearing the most spiritual they've ever felt. They're listening to, khutbahs. They're listening to
podcasts,
the
all
Quran.
that.
And you know what? I
Quran.
forgot that too. No, that plays a role. I forgot that too.
So they're
Because,
just like,
sometimes
I did Broski wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I did Shorty wrong. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. I probably should have made amends. And also, they know that the person who they're asking forgiveness from is also in a religious, spiritual mood. So not only is it a good time to do it, it's a good time for they're more likely to forgive you. It's kind of So people can manipulate that. So I guess you're right. People can manipulate that, but it's like, I don't know, man.
you just sort of roll the dice on him.
You say you're so skeptical of everything, fam.
I wouldn't say I'm skeptical.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yo, guys, that's what we were talking about before the camera came on. The man, nice, he looks too deep into things sometimes. It's like someone forgiving the Ramadan, nah, they might mean something else by it, or they don't, it's not as genuine, or it's like, they're just being opportunistic, which all are valid. Like,
No, ATL,
valid.
and I think you know this about me. Both of you know this about me very well. And anybody who knows me extended in my private life knows.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like anything involving your friends, your family, whatever, my first instinct is I'm gonna take this at face value. That is my first instinct.
Okay.
But I never rule out that there's more at play and that there's more happening. I never
You'd be
rule
naive
that out.
to rule it out.
But you're right. It's the fact that when these people bring this up, I lay it out in front of them and be like, yo, it could be happening because of point A, point B, point C. I lay it out that way. And then people be like, "Yo, nice, come on, man. You're being a little hard headed, or you're being a little pessimistic, or whatever." But it's just me looking at everything. I think at my hardest of hearts, I'm an optimist because I expect the worst to happen, but I really do hope the best happens.
No, I think you're optimist for yourself.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Like you're optimist in your intentions and in your future and the things that you're capable of. But I think you think.
But maybe I'm a bit pessimistic regarding people.
Yeah, regarding people, you're you're skeptical. I wouldn't say you're pessimistic. You're just skeptical. You're like, what do you mean by that?
Because we were talking about it off the mic. You're like, "Yo, nice really carries like a chip on his shoulder."
Yeah, fam has a hood chip. Has a hood chip on his shoulder, fam.
A hood chip on his shoulder, and you know what? My boy D12, shout out to him. He knows. He says this about me all the time. Yo, you got to get out of this. Shout out to Broski. He's like, you got to get out of this, mentality that you're in. And I'm like, yo, fam, alhamdulillah, I've lived a long life, right? And I do think that as I get older, I get further and further away from these things. But you're right. I fall back into these habits because they're almost like second nature to me, almost.
Yeah, it's really like a hood reaction, fam. I remember I might react like that too sometimes because it comes out of all of us because we all grew up where you have to kind of question everything because everything is like a direct attack on your manhood. But like the more you go outside and you just talk to people, it's like everything's not personal or intentionally to be disrespectful. It's more so just people are people, man. People don't have the worst of intentions all the time.
People make
and
mistakes.
It's just hard to live life like that.
So you gotta look at it like sometimes people.
You have to make it easy for people, fam. Nice. Have you ever asked someone for forgiveness? Have you ever done the forgiving? We're talking about us being forgiven too.
I mean, yeah, I've asked for forgiveness, but I mean, it's one of those where like I didn't wait till Ramadan to do it. Like me, I'm the type of person. If there's a problem between us right now, and I won't use you guys because you're my friends, so I won't use you guys. But let's say it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl, whatever. If there's anything between us, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship, whether there's whatever it is under the sun. Yeah. If there's conflict between us, I'll automatically let you know, hey, what's up? Where's your head at? Talk to me. You know what I mean? And I give them the window. And if I did wrong, I let them know. I'd be like, hey, yo, listen, my bad. Shouldn't have happened this way. I apologize. And again, I always leave that door open for the most part, right? And at the same time, I don't expect. It's weird. This is the real weird part. But I don't necessarily expect people to forgive me because once I extend that to you, for all we know, you could be the kind of person where you're like, hey, listen, I'm never giving this guy the airtime ever again. Abundance you, blah blah blah. That could be a real thing. But as long as I put it out there for you, then whatever happens after, whatever happens, I don't really care. As long as I let you know. On my end, you're blessed. That's all.
Well, that's interesting. I don't know how to deal with that. But for most people, when they go forgive, it's rather it is to just squash it, rather it's for closure, rather it's to make amends and actually continue some type of friendship or relationship. The hardest thing you can do for someone, and there's a lot of context, and it's given, it all depends on what happened or what didn't happen or whatever. But one of the hardest things you could do is make it hard for someone. Because what they're doing is, depending on their intentions, is tough and it's hard. So sometimes you gotta let people just come to you, make it feel like, not that it's easy to forgive you, for like to come to you and ask for forgiveness, but you have
forgiveness is tough, bro.
Yeah, it's tough. We gotta give it like the least friction as possible. To allow it to flow and like be genuine, and you don't have to just take it like, oh, this was hard to do. Thank you for doing it. I just off of face value, I take it. But
no, obviously you have to understand that sometimes even asking for forgiveness, like people are sometimes uncomfortable with that. Which I think society's conditioned us to not understand where we're at fault about things. You know what I mean? No, so I was like, me and Amy we're all talking about it off the mic, and how forgiveness isn't always surface level. That's all it was.
I agree. I guess like
let me ask you a question,
there's
AB.
layers to forgiveness. Yeah, what's up, man?
Me, I find it like maybe to a fault. I find it easy to forgive people because I put myself in them shoes and I give people a lot of grace. Sometimes I feel like too much grace to the point where I find myself being taken advantage of my forgiveness. But I try to just to give, and like I want to give people what I would want. I want people to kind of like, 'cause everything is gray at the end of the day. There's a lot of reasons and intentions, and sometimes we personalize everything and think it's because of us. And they did this or they didn't do this or whatever, like nice, because of us, and like it kind of revolves around their relationship with us or how they feel about us. But really, it's just like so many different factors affecting the decision making. So I just tend to like not just I'll just forgive you, but like given their how genuine they are and like authenticity, then I'll forgive people. Do you find it easy to forgive people?
Wow, that's a layered. For me, if you would ask me this question, like I'll say 5 years ago, I would have said yeah, because for me it's complicated because I was the oldest of all my siblings, so it's like it's not the easiest. Because you don't really get explanations. Like, your younger siblings, they're going to make mistakes. People make mistakes. Your parents make mistakes. Like, it'll be small things like my mom had all of us so close together in age. It's like sometimes because I'm the oldest, it's like I was kind of taught to hug things or like they'll forget small little things. And when you're young, you look at those things like, well, you forgot about me. But it's like she has so many, like priorities. So she has to
like
take
you
care
had
of
your
all those,
boundaries
like,
tested the most out of everyone.
Yeah. Oh. Unbelievably. I like almost to the point where in my early adult life, I had troubles with establishing boundaries and knowing like, I don't like how this makes me feel, but like hugging and thinking it's normal to like feel this way when really it isn't, you know what I'm trying to say? And it's kind of unhealthy, but, it's like, for me, forgiveness is like something I battle with. And it's like, it's crazy that at this age, at 27, it's like, I forgive people, but it's like sometimes I catch myself sort of like, especially when your feelings are hurt, it's like to yourself, it's more like you don't want to come off insecure and stuff like that. But like when you're alone, you start to think about certain things, which I try not to think about them. It's like, did that really happen to me? It's like, and then it's like, sometimes like asking for forgiveness is easier for me than forgiving someone. Cause it's like, I don't want to have to ask you why you did that to me, or like why. Like, for instance, if I've had friendships that I've fallen in love with, and it's like over stupid things, but to me, it's like, I would have never done that to you, and then you kind of feel weak asking yourself that, let alone anybody else. So I feel like I have trouble sometimes forgiving myself for putting myself in situations, or like, I kind of I'm really hard on myself. So it's like, maybe
so
I
do you really
feel like
genuinely forgive people then?
I do over time, but I feel like instead of having those uncomfortable conversations when I should, like I take my time to forgive the person on my own. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it takes its toll on you as a person, instead of asking those questions, like maybe seeking like, why did this happen? Or like, why'd you do this? Or like, why'd you say this? Or like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I don't know. Forgiveness is hard. I'm not gonna lie, but I find it easier for me to ask for forgiveness than to forgive someone.
I've never heard that before. It's kind of tizzy. I've never heard that before.
Because it's like, for me, I look at it like,
because you know what you did or you didn't do.
Yeah, and
there's no gray area.
Have the pride.
That's a new one for me. No cap.
I don't have the pride. I don't have the pride to hold me back from saying I'm sorry about something. And I think now that I think about it, I think the way it's so easy for me to apologize, I feel like in other relationships in my life, I feel like for the people, they probably look at it like, yo, it's too easy for this guy to forgive. Maybe he's not genuine, but it's like, I am, like, when I apologize, I am genuine. It's just like, I don't have the pride to like, know, I don't know how this makes me feel. What if they say no? It's like, if you say no, or you don't want to hear what I have to say, or you rate me off or whatever, that's up to you. You're entitled to handle my apology whichever way you want, But if I come to you and I actually apologize, it's because I love you and I care about you. I apologize for however it is that I unintentionally, whether it was intentionally, whether I was paying attention or not, however I made you feel, I was wrong for that. And I can own up to how I made you feel in that moment. I like, did I mean to make you feel that way? No. But at the end of the day, it's like, if your feelings were hurt, or if I overstepped a boundary, or if I did something wrong, as an adult, I feel like apologizing is something we learn at a young age, right? So it's like one of the first things they teach you in school is to say sorry. So saying sorry to somebody for really hurting their feelings, or like, especially if you care about somebody, it shouldn't be that hard. But I feel like I'm starting to look at it now as an adult. What I know now is like, I think forgiveness is a very difficult thing, for people.
It is, bro.
And and I'm a part of the problem too, because like it's so
Well,
hard to
I'm
forgive
glad
when
that you're recognizing these things,
Yeah,
though. I'm glad that
you feel good taking a deep
taking the
breath.
active
That was a lot.
steps.
You feel good.
Yeah, no, I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad I let you spin on your
yeah,
wheels for a bit. Good job, little
Yeah,
bro.
you feeling
yeah,
nice?
it's a lot, man.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
Spin the
lot.
block again,
It's
kid.
not
I love
easy,
that shit.
but I learned
Hold
it
on.
about myself.
You said this off the mic too. So you said like sometimes you just forgive to keep the peace type of thing, right?
Yeah, it's because I don't want to deal with the confrontation.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
want to be mad.
he's known
You
for
know?
that. He's known for that.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like
Mhm.
I don't know. It's like kind of fear of rejection in a sense. Does that make sense?
I don't think it's a fear of. I don't know if it's a fear of rejection. I think it's more like I don't want to have to be mad at someone and like lash out at them because like I've and the 1-2 times where I have, it's like I could see how it hurts people sometimes, you know. And what I'm starting to learn now, maybe that is healthier than having to go have those feelings inside and deal with them yourself
Yeah. I
over an
mean,
extended
do
period of
you
time.
like in the moments where you have lashed out? Do you feel like did you not like the way you reacted to things?
No, I didn't like it at all. I don't like how it made the other person feel.
Okay, so it's like maybe like problems dealing with confrontation.
Yeah, because I'm not. I hate being the person who puts someone in an uncomfortable situation. You know?
Yeah, but it's different than I thought.
Like,
I thought I was thinking about dealing with confrontation and how what they do. Right? That's what I was thinking before. Nice, we spoke about this before. But it was really now that you're saying it's like confrontation because you don't want to. You're scared of what you might do or how you might react or like the
it's like
feelings.
because I think Nice has known me how long? I think he's only ever seen me mad twice, and it's because he made me upset, and it's because or like he'll poke too much, and it's like one day I'll just snap, and he doesn't see it coming. He's like, "Yo, bro, like you know, like," and it comes, and it's unfortunate because he's my brother, and he knows I'm just like I'm obviously not taking it to heart, but my reaction is so different because like you're never ever gonna see me like that. So he's like he catches himself like reassuring me, "We're still brothers," right, as a joke, but it's that's how extreme it is from like how I am on my day to day. I'm like one of the most laid back people, so it's like if you see me mad, it's so different rather than being this laid back. And I feel bad. It's like, yo, like was I out of character? Why did I do that? It starts to affect me more than the other person. I'm like, you know, I don't. That's when that's how I don't like doing it. You know,
I'll say two things. One, I resonate with that because I used to be like, I'm a very large man, so I'm very like aware and like hyper aware of how I'm perceived at all times. So I never want to be perceived as like a threat or violent because like just off of rip, I walk into spaces and it's already. Yeah. You know, especially like my man of color is like, now this big scary man just walked into the room. So I'm overly bubbly and overly friendly and overly like smiley because it's like I don't want to be perceived in a negative way. So like even when I'm in a situation where I have the right to be upset or have the right to kind of maybe lash out or put someone in their place in a sense, I still be extra careful because it's like I don't know how I'm being perceived and I don't want to like handle this the wrong way. So I had to learn over the years how to like effectively like express those negative emotions or like how to like effectively do that. So one, I feel like you gotta, and you're only gonna learn through doing it. Like, you're not gonna learn without doing it. You feel me? So you gotta let those feelings come. And you gotta like, because it's you can't practice being that upset or being that angry. You know what I mean? You gotta let it hit you, and then you have to try to in the moment kind of find a way to effectively communicate. And then also, like you said, at other times you forgive for the sake of forgiving, like to keep the peace. And I think I told you this before. Was like if you're so focused on the peace, like keeping the peace around you, then you're like neglecting the peace within
automatically
you.
at discourse inside yourself.
Yeah, you're ignoring the peace within you. So it's like, and that's why it's building up.
Strife and discord.
Yeah, that's why
yourself,
it's bubbling
literally.
up until it gets to an anger point, and then you explode on man. So niggas are like, yo, where did this come from?
And you know what, guys? You know what we call these moments of self-realization. Do you know what we call them in the field?
What do we call them? Growth. Yeah, I knew it was coming.
Yeah, so
that's right.
Yeah, there's
growth.
I didn't know that. I don't know. We talked about this a lot. I didn't know it's because you were scared of how you might react or make them feel.
100%. Because then it's like, I guess it dates back to like the boundaries and the stuff that I was talking about earlier. It's like when you're the oldest in your family and you're like you're your needs aren't kind of met sometimes when you're young and stuff like that. You're used to like kind of
Like
getting the
bending
short end of the
backwards.
stick
Yeah, just bending backwards for
and
everyone.
bending backwards for everyone. So it's like now you're an adult, and it's like you have your life in your hands, and then it's like you have this chip on your shoulder because you're so used to, and it's normalized to like bending backwards for everything. And then you start bringing those unhealthy habits into some of your relationships, you know, and it's like you feel like that's what you're doing in some of your, you know, and then it's a lot still.
So what are you doing to combat that, broski?
I did a lot. For instance, I felt like when I say the chip on my shoulder, it's like it got to a point for me where it was so bad. It was like I had to, because I'm a very nice. I felt like people were taking advantage of me, and I don't want to walk around with that chip on my shoulder anymore. I'm like, yo, you know what? I gotta write down all the people who I feel comfortable being myself with.
You said this before, yeah.
And that I love. Yeah, I talked about this on the podcast before, and I actually had to. And it's pretty messed up that I had to actually go that extreme and sit down and write down everybody who I loved and I cared about. And I'm like,
you know, that's literally creating boundaries. That's literally the definition. You physically create boundaries.
For myself. That was the first time I ever did that. I sat down. I wrote down everybody who I cared about and loved, names, and I can be myself with instead of putting on this fake asshole persona or whatever to protect myself. Why do I got to do that? Why don't I just be myself with people I care about in safer spaces and stuff like that? So I took a pen, I took a paper. It's crazy. I think I have it in my desk somewhere, but I wrote down all the people's names who I loved and I could be myself with. Like,
take my name off there. I don't like you talking spicy to me.
I gotta add some names. I don't know if I gotta take any off, but I gotta add some names. Yeah, definitely. But I wrote down those names, and then it's like life became easy for me. I guess from that point on, you know.
A man was wearing his heart on his sleeves, fam. This guy's a good guy.
This guy's a real Rod Wave.
Yeah, fam. You have to find who we can be and stuff. That's profound still. But look up therapy sesh, switching gears. Come on.
I had to find out who I was outside of us.
Yeah.
100%.
You know, outside of you and me, I had to find I.
Yo, AB fam. Let me ask you a question.
What's up, man?
How do you feel right now?
I feel good. I feel funny.
You feel good? Yo, it's hard being vulnerable on podcasts.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's my job.
Hey, man, listen. It was his turn, man. I did it. It's his turn now. You're up next.
Oh Lord, it's tough, fam.
It's time.
That's one of my. Oh, well, let's lighten up the mood. The episode's coming to a close. I want to ask some curious cat questions. So you guys down for that?
Ooh. Well, before we do that, let me say something before we do that.
Go ahead, fam.
Listen, guys, we appreciate you guys have been, sending us curious cat questions. We're gonna start changing up the dynamic though. So let me show y'all something. We're trying to build our Twitter following, so go follow us on, Switching Gears Pod on Twitter. And if you have things that you want us to talk about on Twitter or things that you want us to talk about on the episode, start using our hashtag, SGP for Switching Gears Pod. Whenever you have an idea, whenever you have something involved in the podcast, just end it with hashtag SGP because that's it's going to help the algorithm. It's going to help us get places. So yeah, hashtag SGP at the end of your tweets. Check us out and give us more ideas because honestly, the Curious Cat is a lot of fun. But we realize that maybe it's a bit harder for people to access. But people can use Twitter and people use hashtags on Twitter all the time. So help us help you. But yeah, that being said, ETL, go ahead, man.
I like that. This question I like. I like this question right here. It tells you a lot about people. What is your biggest pet peeve? Nice, you can go first.
Of course, Nice is gonna go first.
Of course, Neighborhood Nice, do that.
Neighborhood Nice is gonna go first. Okay, my biggest pet peeve, I think, is when people insult my intelligence.
That's kind of one too. Yeah, go ahead.
No, because I'm a lot of things, fam. Like I can be ignorant, I can be hard headed, I can be stubborn, I can be a lot of things. But what I'm not is stupid.
Yeah, facts.
So when you talk to me, you better be online, like aware of what you're saying, because later when I press you about certain things, don't say, "Oh, I don't remember," or "Oh, that's out of context." No, I was there.
Yeah,
you were there. I was there. You're not gonna make a liar and an idiot out of me. Pick one. Can't be both. Pick one. So yeah, just people who insult my intelligence, and people who, I think that's my biggest pet peeve. Just people who think that I'm stupid.
I'll
my
go
biggest,
next because it's similar. Mine is. I was gonna word it differently. It was kind of like being spoken to in a condescending way. Like people talking down to me. That's my second one. My first one.
You're 6'7". How do people talk down to you?
I think maybe that's what it has to do with it. Like, bro, I'm bigger than you, but you like this.
You have to crane your neck up to talk to me. You better,
like talk to me.
you
No,
better
talk
go
to me
on
nice.
easy.
Yeah.
You better. My price is crazy.
And then I hate. I don't want to say the word hate, but like, I really dislike passive aggressiveness.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
Man.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Like if you have any anger and static, kick that towards me live so I know where the venom's coming
Instead
from.
of like if you're indirect and you're like, are you mad at me? Like, what's going on? Why you
direct the venom towards me? I like that. Direct it
that
towards
being
me.
spoken to in a condescending way. That's and what's like? Do you have a small one? A small pet peeve, like a stupid one?
Yeah, like having to repeat myself.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do be getting mad at that.
It's just one of my, because fam, I don't stutter when I speak. I don't know if you noticed. I'm pretty clear when I speak.
Mashallah, you're super
there's not
clear.
a lot of breaks in. Yeah, there's not a lot of breaks in my speech. I don't take a lot of stammers. I don't take a lot of pauses.
There's not a lot of what? Sorry.
See,
AV, what's
I like
yours?
doing that. I like doing that to this guy all the time. Mine, I don't know who. Pet peeve.
do you want me to answer that for you?
Or just
Totally answer for him.
Do you want me to answer that for you?
Answer for him.
you can't. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I think AB's one of his biggest pet peeves is him being misunderstood. Because no, and I'll tell you why. It's kind of vague, but I'll sort of specify. So AB's the kind of guy where unless you give him like if it's like an essay, if you don't break down point for point for him, that really bothers him. And then later, when he comes across as misunderstood, he'll say to you, "Yo, you didn't give me all the details." He's one of those guys. He needs more of the picture for it to be clear to him. And this is one of the blocks in his and I relationship, because I'm the kind of guy when I tell a story, or when a story is told to me, I don't necessarily ask for details. I sort of put it together in my mind, and I sort of piece it together myself.
Nice likes to leave room for inferencing, but it's like if you
And
read between the lines,
he doesn't like that. He doesn't like that.
You can create multiple different stories though in your head, and then it's like, yo, that one situation could turn into 10 different ones, and now I don't know how you want me to perceive it. So I'm gonna perceive it how I think is best now, and then if you get mad later, it's like, bro, like you could have just told me what it is exactly that you wanted out of
you left me to paint a picture. Now you're mad at my picture.
Yeah, and now it's like now we're in that uncomfortable situation where you're disappointed in me, and it's like we could have avoided all this if you'd just told me what it was from the beginning.
But no, AB, to give me one that's like bigger than that, because I know that only bothers you like a little. It doesn't bother you a lot. Give me one that's bigger than that.
I'll say, wow. I don't know. I just don't like when people tell, I won't say lies, because who likes a liar? But it's more like, when someone doesn't tell you the truth.
I like liars.
No, you don't.
Well, not to me, but I generally like liars.
Dishonesty. You like liars in a entertaining sense. You don't like really like real liars.
Listen. If you're gonna trick me, if you're gonna finagle me, if you're gonna finesse me, then yeah, you're a bit of an ass. But if you're gonna do it to other people, I'm all for the mix-up. I'm all for it.
This guy's joking.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. I'm all for the mix-up.
You don't like dishonest people.
Yeah, so I don't like people who don't tell the truth, because I'll tell you the truth even if it hurts. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like if it hurts, like, and I know like, yo, this relationship might not survive. Like whether it's an intimate relationship, friendship, I'm gonna tell you the truth, because I know no matter what it is, if we make it out of this situation, the truth. There isn't any other layers that's gonna come back. I hate having parts of the truth, and then
it's kind of tied to the last one if you think about it. Like you like to give people a full picture on something so they can make a well-informed decision. So you wouldn't have the grace to like, yo, I want you to give me all the facts so I can make the best decision, but I don't want to make a decision based off of facts you left out. And now the decision may not even been my real decision.
Yeah, I like that you brought that together there. Good job.
Right?
It's
good job.
So this guy is like, yo, he's on a 10-10. Yo, always give me a full picture, nothing less.
Yeah,
100%.
AB's gonna tell you, yo, sit down and paint me Starry Nights. That's what he's gonna tell you. Paint me the Mona Lisa. He's gonna say, I want it point for point. That's what he's gonna tell you.
You're ugly, man. I'll tell you that
Me.
much.
You could draw 4 or 5 lines in Microsoft Paint. I'll figure out the picture. I'll figure it out.
Okay. Quick. I have one more question, but we're over time. I want to see Nice's answer.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah, over time. Nice.
Yeah, what up, man?
If you could have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
If I could have one meal for the rest of my life.
You can't remix it too much. It has to be a conventional meal.
But this is what I mean. You're limiting my creativity.
This guy, you see, this guy is gonna. You can't put together pizza, pasta, bris, and steak.
Oh, can I go first?
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna let Amy go
go.
I'll go last for this one.
Okay, go last.
All right. So my main dish is gonna be lasagna.
Okay.
My dessert is gonna be Rex's ice cream, lotus biscoff flavor.
Okay, perfect.
That's not fair. You didn't say your dessert.
Now we know. He said it.
My drink. My drink is gonna be Vimto with a lemon. I don't know if you guys know about that.
This guy's so dirty now. All right, yo. Podcast over, guys. Podcast over.
Hey guys, it's been switching
Vimto with
gears.
a lemon. I'm not
You
gonna
guys
lie
have
to
a good
you.
night.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. Vimto with a lemon.
It's expired.
It changes the whole flavor, fam. It turns to a disco party.
I'm gonna pay you for that after. You're crazy, Allah.
I'm telling you, Vimto with a lemon. Just cut the lemon, leave it inside, make your Vimto like you regularly make it. Just leave the lemon inside and let it.
Okay, you know what? We'll talk about that. We'll talk
okay,
about it.
Okay, and
we'll
then
talk about it.
Lasagna and ice cream, broski.
No, ice cream is my dessert on the side.
Okay.
Broski, why? First of all, you two have been to Mandarin before, so I don't know why niggas have moved all of a sudden want to eat ice cream.
You're right.
I never
You're right. My bad.
I have no problem with that.
All right, miss. You're talking about one meal for the rest of my life.
Yeah, you're right.
At least I have that meal. All right, that's good. So some days I might not want to eat the ice cream. Some days it's
You're telling me lasagna and think nothing else?
No, obviously ansalato, but like,
ansalato, that's exactly what
a little ansalato, you know, a little salad.
Yeah, ansalato, Caesar salad.
Caesar salad. All right, nice.
Caesar
Nice.
salad
I'll go
dressing.
second.
I'll go last.
I can't get look at me, I'll give it nice rules. I'm about to break the rules I give nice.
Look at that. I knew what you're about to do.
I can't get a federation sport.
No, you cannot get a
Why
federation.
Well, you
can't just sport, fam?
That's literally two different types. That's 2 different types of grain. Beat it.
But it is a customary meal in a small restaurant.
It is.
Can I get a federation?
Fam, it's your last meal, brother. Don't
last meal, get a federation, bro. For those of you who don't know, federation is a giant ass.
It's literally made for 5 people.
Yeah, multi-person meal. With half of it is pasta, the other half is rice. With
just an assortment of meats.
Yeah, with hilip, ari, barbecue chicken, all that, and
goat meat, chicken, all of that.
I don't even need dessert. Just give me that and a Coca-Cola.
So you want that and then a bottle of Coke. You are among the worst of society.
Oh, well, I'm hungry now.
You're killing me. Oh, well, we're getting close to that time.
All right, what about you, Nice?
So, man, like Nice, I'm going out the way I came in. Nothing extravagant, nothing crazy. I'm gonna get some chicken sugar. You know,
chicken sugar.
Get it on a roll like a baguette. You know what I mean? Some chicken sugar that my mom made.
Okay.
As a side, I'm not gonna lie to you. AB knows I'm really into mac and cheese. I would like that as a side. Like on a little small container.
I rock with that.
You know what I mean? I'm big on the water these days, but I can't just drink water.
Rest of your life, alive.
Yeah, but let me stick to my character brand. So let me get some blue raspberry Fanta. Let me stick to my character brand.
You're not gonna have a mango shake. Now that I'm thinking about it, a mango shake would have been a good answer.
I mean, I would, but it's not my brand.
This guy.
I have to give the fans what they expect.
I feel you. Okay, all right. I want to know. I'm interested to know what the listeners would eat as their last meal. Because when you ask people this question, they come up with some crazy things.
So guys, tell us, talk to us about it. Hashtag SGP on Twitter. Tell us what you want as your last meal, and again, tell us what you want us to talk about on the pod, because we could literally do a whole episode off of what you guys write in Curious Cat. So let's just direct that energy from Curious Cat to Twitter.
Yo, guys, write an episode for us, man, please.
Oh well, you okay? So do the outro. Go ahead. Yeah,
write an episode for us. As we wrap up our episode, we'd like to thank our sponsor. Yeah.
Oh yeah, tell them about it. Yeah.
Biscoff. Niggas thought we were up. Niggas thought we had money.
Niggas thought we had bread.
Dude,
No, we don't.
Yeah.
We're
Continue.
speaking it into
Are
existence.
we,
I'm gonna throw it to
are we
you.
wrapping up?
I will let us
Are we wrapping
know.
up the episode?
I got you. Let us know how you like the podcast, and if you liked our biscoff references. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of the social medias at Switching Gears Pod. If you want to be part of the process of making the episode or helping us make the episode or wanting to leave in a message or anything or have anything funny to say,
You can email us too.
email it. What is the hashtag again for the people out there?
So our hashtag SGP. Switching Gears
SGP,
Pod.
yes. Or you can follow us on Instagram to tell us whatever you want. AB's been getting a million girls sliding on him at Nice Trait, at
yeah,
Shabazz,
that's
and at
crazy.
ATL Nader.
Yeah, holla at us.
AB has a message before we go.
Oh yeah. AB,
Oh
hit him,
yeah.
man.
So being is that we are very close to the final 10 days of Ramadan. We at Switching Gears have been talking about this for quite a while, looking for an initiative to support and obviously with our people. So what we decided to do, inshallah, hopefully over the next couple of days, or I do believe like we have like a week and a half or whatever, to collect as much money as we possibly can to help the people struggling in Yemen, to supply clean water for the people less fortunate. So there is going to be a link that we're going to be providing. Switching Gears, it's going to be on our Instagram page, our Twitter page. We'll all be posting it as well. So we'll be accepting like e-transfers, and if you guys know any of us or you can get a hold of us, we're willing to meet up with you guys anywhere. If you guys carry cash, I don't think anybody carries cash anymore. But we're
But
gonna
if you do, we'll meet you there.
Yeah, we're gonna spend whatever time we can to collect as much as possible to help make that donation.
Inshallah.
Our goal is, inshallah, to have by, I'll say, I think 2 or 3 days before Eid, the ability to donate about 100,000 liters of clean water. Hopefully, we all get ajr and sadaqah. The sadaqah continues for all of us and all that stuff. So yeah.
So please give what you can, and
Give what you can.
remember that. Yeah, remember that you're giving to people who need it more than you. Remember that.
And you know what Allah says: if you give, even if you're struggling, you know Allah will give you tenfold. So in return.
Well, let's keep it a buck. Mans didn't do there's a cat, bro. Let's keep it a stack. Some of you guys out there, I don't want 2 penny
So,
have to give.
Listen. I ain't gonna be pocket watching, but I know a lot of y'all ain't drop change. So we gonna be in there, like we gonna be there like the Gross Sisters. We gonna be there like this, hand out. Hey, AB's
Sure,
the short one with
AJ.
her hand out. I'm the big one. It just know the talks in the middle. Hands up, cash out. Boom.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. Well, you know, we welcome and appreciate all ideas and commentary. Thank you for tuning in too. Gears, nice. Do the thing. Nice and AB, do the thing.
All right. Well, thank you. Tuning in to Switching Gears. Dum-dum-dum-dum.
Nah, run it back.